All right, everyone. So I get a lot of questions about essential oils, obviously. I only use Young Living essential oils, but I always get like, hey, I have this oil. What is it good for? Or what oil should I use here? Or and so on. What blend is good for this? What blend's good for that? So what I've decided as for 2020 and for the years to come until I go through all of the Young Living oils, which will take me a couple of years, I'm going to do a essential oil a week, right? So I have a lot, but I don't have them all. And so I've decided just to start at the beginning, right? At the very beginning with the first one on the list, which is so appropriate for this time of year. And so we're going to go over that one. But just so you know, so 52 oils for 2020. And I think I looked it up and we barely get to the E's. Like, it's so crazy how many there are, right? So there's a lot that I have. There's a lot that I don't have. So the ones that I don't have, going through the alphabet at the beginning, I'm just going to have to get them and use them and share how I use them, right? Oh, darn. I have to use them just as much as you're going to get to use them. But fortunately for me, this is one that I already have. It's very appropriate, especially for me to have, because I use it in my Roman yoga classes. So it is abundance. And I know this is backwards for you guys. I'm so sorry, but that's how it is. But this says abundance, right? So abundance, so appropriate at the beginning of 2020 being our first oil for the year, right? Because we all want a prosperous year. We want to make sure that if we have to give abundance away, that we hopefully can receive that abundance back, right? We want to make sure that we aren't just giving and not receiving, some abundance back, because sometimes it seems like that, right? Just know that when you use this, I'm not saying like you're going to win the lottery. Maybe you win the lottery. I'm not saying you're going to win the jackpot, right? You win the lottery, you may win $3. Hey, that's $3 that you didn't have, right? Because you spent one and now you have two more. So you've made some money, right? So that's abundance. You have to be appreciated for the little abundance that you receive when you receive it. Sometimes it's bigger than others and sometimes it's not, but that's okay. That's what abundance is, right? Abundance is also being able to accept that, hey, I got it, but that doesn't mean that it's gonna go over and beyond. It's hopefully a necessity of the amount that you need, right? Or at least maybe a little bit of the amount that you may need. Maybe, you had a car problem and $500 go out the door, right? But maybe you get a surprise bonus check and so that's $300 you didn't have. No, it doesn't cover it completely, but at least it's somewhat abundance. And that's what you need to also realize when you're using abundance, right? Abundance is also very root chakra, very grounding, because what is the problem with our root chakra a lot of times? Money, right? A lot of times we have problems because we're like, oh, if I just had this, I'd be so much happier. If I just had this, we could do this and do that. No. Sometimes, it would be great, but money isn't everything, right? And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes, you may get abundance of something, but it may not be necessarily money, but maybe it's like an abundance of food. Maybe like you have a friend my friend has elderberries. She grows elderberries in Idaho, Iowa. I don't remember, Monica. I'll have to look it up. I don't remember. I know you live somewhere in that area. I know. It's been a while. But she told me she has elderberries, and so if I ever need elderberries, to contact her. That's great, because I sell elderberry syrup, and so that gives me abundance. By making the syrup, I'm receiving abundance, right? So you have to look at the different ways you're getting abundance as well. It may not just be, here it is. You may have to earn it a little, but that's okay. That's all about what receiving abundance is and accepting it for what it really is, right? So I absolutely love Young Living's abundance. And let me tell you, when I need abundance and I'm diffusing this, it happens. It just happens. I'm not that it's like crazy over the top, but just enough to be like, thank you. That's what I needed. Thank you, you know? And you have to be appreciated for the little victories, right? Because every little victory counts. So this abundance is amazing. We use it on our root chakra in aroma yoga. It is full of ginger and frankincense and orange, as well as black spruce. Sorry, I have a little one that's getting ready to start really roaring. It's his time to get up. He's saying, Mama, get up. It has patchouli and cinnamon, but it's a very beautiful scent, very grounding, very earth, right? Very root chakra. So I invite you to order some abundance. And if you got abundance last month, I want to say November, I believe it was November, that we got it free. And so use it. If you didn't know what it was and how to use it or why you have it, now you do. Whenever you need, you know, that little bit of abundance, I like to put it right on my tailbone area. That's really where your root chakra kind of begins, as well as just breathing it in, diffusing it, right? You know, I was holding a self-care yoga retreat, and I have a lot of people on the mends, and I was kind of like waiting for them to pull through to make sure I was breaking even, you know. And this week I've had so many people continue to register, and I'm like, oh, okay. I just had to wait, and the abundance is now here, right? So everything's good. So just be patient, and it will come when it comes. Abundance, our first oil of 2020. I hope it brings you abundance in whatever way it may bring you abundance.